Okay. So we're in line 8. Now this is what happens. God was angry. And so David is given an image or some imagery on what he thinks God looks like by being angry. All right, so smoke went up from his nostrils, and devouring fire from his mouth. Let me read that again because that was a lot. Smoke went up from his nostrils, and devouring fire from his mouth. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down with darkness under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and flew. He flew upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His canopy around him was dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. From the brightness before him, his thick clouds passed with hailstones and coals of fire. All right? So we can make it like a movie out of this part right here. Just seeing, envisioning what that looks like. All right, so smoke went up from his nostrils. God is angry. Coals were kindled by it. So even the smoke kindled the coals. You know them little black coals? The smoke kindled that. And then so it's like, okay, this is heaven. And it's like, he said he bowed the heavens also and came down. And so it's like he tilted heaven like this, almost like made it like some stairs. And then he came down. All right, so like at a slope, like he made the heaven slope, at a slope, and he used it as some stairs. And he came down, all right, with darkness under his feet. Well, why is darkness under his feet? Well, when you go up in the atmosphere and all of that is dark, all right? And so when he's coming down from heaven, you know, he's walking all that darkness that he's coming through where the stars and everything and the planets are, all of that is dark up there. And so he's coming down, and then it says, and he rode upon a cherub and flew. And he flew upon the wings of the wind, and he made darkness his secret place. Now, remember when we read that in Psalm 17 about the wicked, the enemies? What it was saying in 17:12, like a lion that is eager to tear his prey, and as a young lion lurking in secret places. Well, they think that they can hide, but nobody can hide like God. All right, so he made darkness his secret place. So he's in the darkness. You can't even see. He's on his way, and you don't even know he's on his way, because the darkness is his secret place. And then it says his canopy around him was dark waters, all right, and thick clouds of the skies. And so all of that was shielding God. God is coming down to take care of David's enemies. But the enemies didn't know that they were coming. They thought they had David surrounded, all right, crouching like that, like he had them surrounded, not knowing that God had done already bowed the heavens. He's making his descent. He's coming down to save his son, all right? So look at this. And then so it gives a reference scripture. Well, I'm just getting so caught up in all this, I'm missing all the reference scriptures. But anyway, let's go back to 9. Okay, let's go back to line 9. It says, he bowed the heavens also and came down with darkness under his feet. And they give us a reference scripture to 144:5. And it says, bow down your heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they will smoke. All right, and they did. They really did. God will come see about us. I'm telling you, he's going to come see about us. And so then it says his canopy around him was dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. And so that's Psalm 97:2 for reference scripture. That says clouds and darkness surround him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. So he's righteous. He's full of justice. That's what he built that's what his throne is made of. That's the foundation of God's throne. So like I've said before, he knows who's right and he knows who's wrong. Then it says in line 12, from the brightness before him, his thick clouds passed with hailstones and coals of fire. So from the brightness before him, his thick clouds passed with hailstones and coals of fire. So it's like bombarding it with the hailstones and coals of fire, both of them. And it goes back to Psalm 97 and in line 3 this time. And it says, a fire goes before him and burns up his enemies round about. All right, so that's why all of that was going on. The fire goes before him, and it just moving, clearing everything out of God's path. And then also Psalm 140:10 gives us a reference scripture that says, let burning coals fall upon them, let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. All right, and so I'm telling you, you in a situation and you're surrounded by enemies, just be righteous, keep your faith, keep your focus, like I always say. And I'm telling you, God is going to bow those heavens, and he's coming down. He's going to see about you, and he's going to take care of all those enemies. And then I'll see you in the next segment.